I built that barn with my own hands. Every board, every nail. Took me 3 summers. My wife was alive then. She'd bring me lemonade at noon. Watch me work until sunset. The barn was supposed to be for hay, for equipment, for the normal things farmers keep. But it never was. From the first day I hung that padlock 23 years ago, the barn held something else. Something I couldn't explain. Something I wouldn't share. Tom Mitchell moved in next door 6 months ago. Good man. Retired mechanic from Billings. Wanted to try country living. He was friendly. Too friendly. The kind of neighbor who waves every morning. Who offers to help before you ask. Who doesn't understand boundaries. First time he walked toward my barn, I stopped him at 50 yards. That barn's off limits, Tom. Just a rule I have. He laughed. Thought I was joking. Come on, neighbor. I can help you patch that roof. I see it's leaking. Appreciate it. But no. Stay away from the barn. He looked confused, then suspicious. I saw it in his eyes. What's he hiding? I didn't care what he thought. Let him speculate. The barn was mine. Its contents were mine. My secret to keep. He tried again 2 weeks later. Offered to help move some hay bales. Tom, I'm serious. Stay away from that barn. It's not negotiable. This time his face hardened. You know, Jack, good neighbors help each other. I'm just trying to be friendly. I appreciate that, but the barn is off limits. That's final. He walked away angry, started avoiding me. That was fine. Better than having him snooping around. Better than having to explain what I could never explain. I thought that was the end of it. I thought I'd protected my secret. I was wrong, because 6 months later the tornado came, and everything I'd built, every wall, every boundary, every rule, came crashing down. Spring in Montana is unpredictable. Beautiful one day, deadly the next. I'd seen tornadoes before, watched them skip across the plains, destroy everything in their path, but they'd always missed my property, always gone somewhere else. I'd started to think my land was blessed, protected. That afternoon started normal. I was fixing fence posts on the east pasture. Sky was clear, blue, perfect. Then around 3 o'clock I felt it. The air changed, got heavy, still. The kind of stillness that makes your skin crawl. I looked west, saw the clouds building, dark, green-tinged, moving fast, too fast. I ran to the house, turned on the radio. Tornado warning, severe, touchdown expected within the hour. I should have been scared, should have been thinking about my safety. But my first thought was the barn. I looked out the kitchen window. The old red structure stood there, solid, strong, holding my secret. If the tornado hit it, if it tore those walls apart, everyone would see, everyone would know. I couldn't let that happen. I grabbed my truck keys, started toward the door. Then the sirens started. That deep, wailing sound that means get underground. Now, I hesitated. What was I thinking? Run toward a tornado to protect a barn? Protect a secret I'd kept for 23 years? But before I could decide, I heard Tom's voice, shouting, panicked, coming from outside. I opened the door. Tom was running across his property, toward mine, toward the barn. Tom, get to your basement. Tornado's coming. He kept running, didn't stop. I ran after him. Tom, what are you doing? He turned. His face was white, terrified. My daughter, she's in your barn, please. My daughter's in there. Everything stopped. My heart, my breath, my world. His daughter in my barn? How? When? That's impossible. The barn is locked. I gave her the key. Tom screamed. She found it. She went in there. Please. The wind started to howl. I stared at Tom. My mind couldn't process what he was saying. His daughter, in my barn, with a key. What key? Tom. The barn has been locked for 23 years. There's only one key. I have it right. I reached for my pocket. The key wasn't there. I always kept it there. Always. Attached to my belt loop with a leather cord. But the cord was cut, frayed, recent. She took it! Tom grabbed my shoulders. 2 days ago, when you helped me unload lumber, she was curious. Kids are curious. She found the key, took it. I didn't know until this morning. I told her to give it back, but she wanted to see. She snuck over while we were both inside. Please, Jack, please. She's only 10 years old. 10 years old. A child. In my barn. With what I kept there. The wind was screaming now. debris flying through the air. The sky had turned that sickly green color, the color of death. I had maybe 5 minutes, maybe less. "Stay here," I said. "Get to your basement. I'll get her." "I'm coming with you." "No, you'll slow me down. Trust me. I know that barn, every inch of it. I'll get her." "Go!" I didn't wait for his answer. I ran, across my yard, toward the barn. The wind tried to push me back. Dust and small rocks pelted my face. I could barely see, but I knew the way. I'd walked it 10,000 times. The barn door was open, swinging wildly in the wind. I ducked inside. The sudden quiet was eerie. The barn walls muffled the storm, but I could feel the building shake. It wouldn't hold long. "Hello?" I shouted. "Is someone here?" A small voice answered, scared, crying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." I found her in the back corner, curled up, terrified. A little girl with blonde pigtails and Tom's eyes. She was sitting next to it, next to what I'd hidden, what I'd protected, what I'd kept secret, and she was touching it, her small hand on its surface. I felt something break inside me. Not anger, not fear, something else. The girl looked up at me, tears streaming down her face. "I'm sorry. I just wanted to see. Everyone in town talks about it. About what you keep in here. I thought maybe it was treasure, or something cool. But it's just, She looked at what she was touching, what I'd kept hidden for 23 years. "It's just an old truck." An old truck. Yes, that's what it looked like. A 1967 Chevy pickup, cherry red, chrome gleaming even in the dim barn light, restored to perfection, beautiful. But it wasn't just a truck, it was everything. The barn shook violently. Dust fell from the rafters. We didn't have much time. "We need to go, now!" I reached for her hand. "Come on." She didn't move. "My dad said you're mean, that you won't let anyone near this barn. But I don't think you're mean. I think you're sad." Her words hit me like a physical blow. Sad. Yes, that was the word. I'd been sad for 23 years. "What's your name?" I asked. "Emma. Emma, we need to get to safety. That tornado is going to hit any second. Can we take the truck?" She looked at me with those innocent eyes. "It would be safer than running, right? And it's really pretty." Take the truck. The truck I hadn't started in 23 years. The truck I hadn't driven since the day my wife died in the passenger seat. The truck I couldn't bear to see, to touch, to remember. The truck that held every memory of the woman I loved. The barn groaned. A board ripped loose from the roof, crashed to the floor 10 feet away. Emma screamed. I made a decision. 23 years of grief, of isolation, of protecting a memory that had become a prison. All of it ended in that moment. Get in the truck. I opened the driver's door. Dust poured out. The leather seats were cracked, faded, but the keys were in the ignition, where I'd left them, that last day. "Will it start?" Emma climbed into the passenger seat, the seat where Sarah had sat, where she'd smiled, where she'd died. "I don't know." I turned the key. The engine coughed, sputtered. 23 years of sitting idle, of dust and neglect. I pumped the gas pedal, prayed. The engine turned over again, caught, roared to life. The sound was incredible, powerful, alive. I hadn't heard it in so long. Sarah's truck, our truck, the one we'd restored together, the one we'd driven to our wedding, the one she died in. "It works!" Emma's face lit up despite her fear. "It sounds amazing!" The barn wall buckled. Wind screamed through the gaps. I could see the tornado now, through the open door, a massive black funnel coming straight for us. Maybe half a mile away. Less. "Hold on!" I slammed the truck into gear. The tires spun, caught. We burst out of the barn, into chaos. The world was sideways, wind and rain and debris. I could barely see the road, barely see anything. "Where are we going?" Emma shouted over the roar. "Storm shelter! Behind my house!" I turned the wheel. The truck fishtailed on the wet ground, but it held. This truck, this beautiful machine that Sarah and I had built, it was saving us, saving me. I saw Tom, running from his house, screaming, waving. I screeched to a stop. "Get in!" He dove into the truck bed, didn't ask questions, didn't hesitate. I floored it. The tornado was so close now, the noise was deafening, like a freight train, like the end of the world. 50 yards to the shelter, 40, 30. The truck's engine screamed. Sarah had always said this truck was tough, built for anything. She was right. We reached the shelter. An old concrete bunker built into the hillside. I'd installed it years ago. Never thought I'd use it. Out! Now! We scrambled from the truck. Tom grabbed Emma. I pulled the heavy steel door open. We tumbled inside. I looked back one last time. The truck sat there. Sarah's truck, facing the tornado. Defiant. Beautiful. Then the funnel hit. I slammed the door shut. Everything went black, and the world ended. The noise was indescribable, like being inside a jet engine. The shelter shook. Dust rained from the concrete ceiling. Emma was crying. Tom held her, his face buried in her hair. We sat in total darkness. The power had cut immediately. I had a flashlight somewhere, but I didn't move, just listened to the monster above us, destroying everything, my farm, my house, my barn, Sarah's truck. After what felt like hours but was probably 15 minutes, the noise changed, lessened. The freight train roar became a distant rumble, then silence, complete, eerie. Is it over? Tom's voice was hoarse. I think so. I found the flashlight, clicked it on. Emma's face was streaked with tears and dust, but she was alive. Tom was alive. We were all alive. Thank you. Tom's voice cracked. Thank you for saving her. I know you told me to stay away. I should have listened. I should have... Stop. I put my hand on his shoulder. She's safe. That's all that matters. We sat in silence for a moment. Then Emma spoke. Quiet. Small. Is the pretty truck okay? I felt something twist in my chest. The truck. Sarah's truck. I'd left it outside, facing the tornado. I don't know, sweetheart. We'll see. We waited another 10 minutes. Then I opened the shelter door, slowly, carefully. The world outside was destroyed. My house was gone, just foundation and debris. Tom's house the same. The barn. The barn was completely flattened, every board scattered across 2 acres. And in the middle of the devastation, standing alone, untouched, was the truck. Sarah's cherry red 1967 Chevy. Not a scratch on it, not a dent, not even dust on the chrome. It sat there, gleaming in the sudden sunlight that broke through the clouds. Impossible, miraculous, beautiful. I walked toward it, slowly, like approaching a ghost. Tom and Emma followed. We stood there, 3 survivors, staring at the impossible. How? Tom whispered. How is it untouched? I knew how. Deep down, I knew Sarah was protecting us. Still, even after 23 years, I put my hand on the truck's hood, still warm from the engine, still perfect. Tom walked around it, examining, touching, confirming it was real. Jack, this is... I don't understand. Everything else is destroyed, everything. But this truck, I know. What is this truck? Why did you hide it? I took a deep breath. For 23 years I'd kept this secret, kept this pain. Now it was time. This was my wife's truck, Sarah's. We restored it together. Took us 4 years, every weekend, every spare dollar. It was our dream truck. Tom nodded, listening. The day we finished it, the day we got it running perfectly, we went for a drive to celebrate. Sarah was driving. She loved to drive. We were on Highway 12, coming back from town. A drunk driver crossed the center line, hit us head on. I stopped. The memory was still sharp, still painful. I survived. Broken ribs, broken arm. Sarah, I couldn't finish. Emma was crying again, quietly. I'm sorry, Tom said. I'm so sorry. After the funeral, I couldn't look at the truck, couldn't sell it, couldn't drive it, but I couldn't destroy it either. It was the last thing we built together. So I put it in the barn, locked it away, tried to forget, but you couldn't forget. No, I couldn't. Every day I walked past that barn. Every day I remembered. Every day I died a little more. I became this bitter man, isolated, angry, keeping everyone away. Because if I kept them away from the barn, I kept them away from the pain. Tom put his hand on my shoulder. You're not that man anymore. How do you know? Because that man wouldn't have saved my daughter. That man wouldn't have broken his own rule. Wouldn't have faced his greatest fear to save a child he didn't even know. He was right. Something had broken today. The walls I'd built, the prison I'd made. The truck saved us, I said. Sarah's truck, she saved us. Emma touched the truck's door handle. Can I sit in it? Just for a second? I hesitated, then nodded. She climbed into the passenger seat, where Sarah had sat, and smiled. It's really pretty, she said. We stood there for a long time, looking at the devastation, looking at the truck, looking at each other. 3 people brought together by disaster, by secrets, by miracles. What now? Tom asked. Now we rebuild. I looked at the rubble that was my house, my barn, my life. Both of us. Together. You'd help me? After everything? You're my neighbor. That's what neighbors do. Tom smiled, tired, grateful. First thing, we need to call for help. Check on the town, make sure everyone's okay. I nodded, pulled out my phone. No signal. Of course. The tornado had probably taken out the cell tower. We'll have to drive to town. The truck still runs. You're going to drive it? I looked at the Chevy. Sarah's Chevy. Our Chevy. Yeah, I think it's time. Emma was still sitting in the passenger seat, looking at everything, touching the dashboard, the radio knobs, the gear shift. My mom would have liked you, I said to her. She looked at me. Really? Really? She loved kids, wanted to have a whole house full. We tried, but it never happened. This truck, in a way, this truck was our baby, our creation. It's the best baby ever, Emma said seriously. I laughed, actually laughed, for the first time in years. Yeah, it is. I got in the driver's seat. Tom climbed in back. The bench seat fit all 3 of us, just barely. I turned the key. The engine started immediately. Strong, reliable, perfect, just like Sarah always said it would be. I put it in gear, started driving, down the road, toward town, toward whatever came next. The steering wheel felt good in my hands. Familiar, like coming home. I could almost feel Sarah beside me, could almost hear her laugh, could almost feel her hand on my shoulder. She's still here, I said quietly. Tom heard me. Who? Sarah. She's still here, in this truck, in this moment. She brought us together, saved us, kept us alive. I believe you, Tom said, and I knew he meant it. We drove in silence. The countryside around us was torn apart, but we were alive, we were together, and we were moving forward. The town was in chaos, power lines down, buildings damaged, people wandering the streets, dazed, looking for loved ones, looking for help. We parked the truck in the middle of Main Street, started helping immediately. Tom used his mechanic skills, helped people move debris, clear roads. I found the sheriff, reported what we'd seen, where the tornado had hit hardest. Emma stayed with the truck, became a beacon, a bright spot. She handed out water bottles we found in a damaged store, talked to scared kids, made them smile. For hours we worked. The whole town came together, neighbors helping neighbors, strangers becoming friends. As the sun set, someone brought generators, lights. People gathered in the town square, comparing stories, checking on each other. You drove that truck through the tornado? Old Mrs. Peterson asked me. She'd known Sarah, had come to the funeral. I did. Sarah would be proud, she said. Her eyes were wet. That was her truck. It was. Still is, in a way. She was a special woman. You holding on to that truck all these years, keeping her memory alive. That's love. I wasn't keeping her memory alive. I was keeping myself dead. Mrs. Peterson studied my face. And now? Now I'm trying to live again. She hugged me. This old woman I barely knew hugged me like a grandmother, like family. Good. It's about time. As night fell, Tom found me. We should head back. Emma's exhausted. Hell, I'm exhausted. Yeah, let's go home. We gathered Emma. She was asleep on the truck's hood, curled up like a cat. Tom carried her to the passenger seat. I drove, slow, careful. The headlights cut through the darkness, showed us the damage, the destruction, but also showed us the road ahead. When we got to our properties, what was left of them, we sat in the truck, engine idling, not wanting to face the reality. You can stay with us, Tom said. In my basement, until we figure things out. Your basement survived? Somehow. It's not much, but it's shelter. I appreciate that. Thank you. Emma stirred, opened her eyes. Are we home? Yes, sweetheart. We're home. The next weeks were hard. We lived in Tom's basement, 3 people in a concrete box. But we made it work. During the day, we cleared debris, salvaged what we could, started planning rebuilds. Insurance adjusters came, FEMA came, the whole machinery of disaster recovery. But the most important thing, the thing that mattered most, was that we weren't alone. Tom and I worked side by side, every day, building temporary shelters, helping other neighbors, becoming friends, real friends. Emma went back to school. In a temporary building the town set up, she told everyone about the truck, about the tornado, about how her new friend Jack had saved her. I became Uncle Jack, the man with the cool truck who let her sit in the passenger seat whenever she wanted. 1 month after the tornado, I made a decision. I drove the truck to a body shop 2 towns over. I want to restore it, completely, make it perfect again. The owner, a weathered man named Dale, walked around the truck. "It's already perfect. What do you want me to do?" "I want you to make it even better. Update the engine, upgrade the safety features, make it something I can drive every day, something that will last another 50 years. Dale smiled. "Now that's a project I can get behind." 2 months later, I picked up the truck. Dale had done incredible work. The engine purred. The safety features were modern. But the soul of the truck, Sarah's truck, our truck, that remained. I drove it home, to the property where my new house was rising. Smaller than before, simpler, but mine. Tom was there, helping frame the walls. "Looks good," he said, admiring the truck. "Feels good. You going to park it in the new barn?" I looked at where the barn was being rebuilt. Smaller, open, visible. "No, I'm going to drive it every day. That's what Sarah would want." "I think you're right." Emma ran over. "Can we go for a drive?" "Sure, hop in." She climbed into the passenger seat. Her seat now. "Where are we going?" "Anywhere you want." 6 months after the tornado, I stood in front of the completed barn. New, strong, with windows, with light. Tom stood beside me. "You did it." We did it. The barn was different now. Not a prison, just a barn. "You going to keep the truck in there?" "Sometimes, but mostly outside, where everyone can see it." We walked inside, clean, organized. I'd hung one photo, Sarah and me, finishing the truck, covered in grease, grinning, in love. "She was beautiful," Tom said. "Always will be." Emma ran in, 11 now, taller. "Uncle Jack, car show in town. Can we enter the truck?" "Enter it? It's the prettiest truck ever." I looked at Tom. He smiled. "Let people see what you built." For 23 years, I'd hidden this truck, hidden myself. Now a girl wanted to celebrate it. "Okay, let's do it." That afternoon, we drove to town, truck gleaming. Emma passenger seat, Tom in back. The car show was packed, classic cars everywhere. We pulled in. People stared. "Is that Jack's truck? He finally brought it out." We parked. Emma told everyone the story. Tornado, barn, miracle. People gathered, listened, touched the truck gently. Mrs. Peterson came over, crying. Sarah would be so happy. I nodded, couldn't speak. The truck didn't win awards, but it won hearts, smiles, healing. Sunset came. We drove home, 3 of us, family. "Uncle Jack?" "Yeah? I'm glad I went in your barn." "Me too, kiddo." I told my neighbor to stay away from the barn. For 23 years, everyone stayed away. Then tornado hit. A girl broke my rule, broke my walls, broke my prison. She saved me, as much as I saved her. Sarah's truck, the thing I'd hidden, protected, feared, became the thing that brought us together, gave me life again. Sometimes rules are meant to be broken, secrets meant to be shared. Sometimes what we hide can save us. I learned that in a tornado, in a barn, in a 1967 Chevy that refused to die, like love, like hope, like the human heart. Some things last forever.